Hi, I'm Owen Fitzpatrick, and in this video I want to talk to you about something that we all have to face to some degree or another: politics. Now, the reality is most people will say to me, well, I don't play politics, but sometimes it's not whether or not you play it, it's that it's a part of the way in which you work. In your organization, there's bound to be different people with different attitudes, with egos, with status, different people with different agendas, and because of that, a lot of times you'll have to deal with some form of politics. So what are the keys to be able to handle politics effectively? Well, the first is to do your best to understand the dynamics. Understand who are the most powerful people, who says what to who's in good relationships with who. Try to understand the dynamics of the people you work with, because the more you understand about it, the more knowledge you have about it, the more you know what to say or what not to say to the various parties. The second thing to do is to be able to become really clear over exactly what kind of relationships you want with the different people and who are the kinds of people that matter the most to you, who influences those people. The more you understand what you want to achieve, the more likely you are to be able to go after that. The more likely you are to cultivate or create the right kinds of relationships. But the third thing to do is, as you go after creating the right kind of relationships, you have to be able to make it so that you're able to distance yourself from being personally affected. See, one of the problems with politics is that it can awfully stress us out sometimes because it can make us feel negative because we have to deal with people in different ways. But if you recognize that this is just part of the game that you play, you change the metaphor and see it as a game you're playing, then what happens is it means that you no longer have to get so emotionally caught up in it. Because part of the problem with politics is that it makes you feel bad, and that bad feeling in turn will make it so that you won't be thinking straight. But if you're focusing on what your goal is and you're really paying attention to the dynamics, then you're much more likely to be using a different part of your brain than the emotional side. You'll be using your rational prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain at the front of your head, which is more responsible for you thinking logically and clearly, as opposed to the limbic system, which is deep inside your head and inside your mind, and the limbic system is responsible for emotion. So rather than allowing the emotion to overwhelm you, when you focus on the goal and you understand the dynamics, then you're much more likely to make better decisions. So again, the keys are being able to understand what's going on and how things are working, focus on your goals, and make sure that you distance yourself from the emotional consequences of it. In other words, allow yourself to accept that this is something you can expect, see it as a game, and work to focus on winning that game. Work to focus on what you do want to achieve. I hope you find this useful. Again, it's just some suggestions, some small suggestions on improving how you deal with politics. For now, I'm Owen Fitzpatrick. Thank you very much for watching.